Hello everyone, back to today's first video. We're going to have a look at the situation of the tropical Atlantic for today's first video. Later on today, the second video, we'll have a look at the UK's weather for the next week to 10 days. Running a bit late with today's video, sorry about that, so I'll crack on with it. Right now, we're going to bring you up to date with the situation in the tropical Atlantic. It's been a little while since we had a look at this, so it's got three areas of interest. This is the latest from the National Hurricane Center, which is part of NOAA in the United States. So we've still got Hurricane Jose. It's been meandering around the Atlantic for seemingly a very, very long time. It's off the east coast of America. It's going to be pushing northwards, probably threatening the far eastern coast of America as it gets up to around here, and it will be downgraded as we go through the week from a hurricane to a storm, but it will be producing some potentially some quite wet weather down on the eastern coast of the states later on this week. However, Jose will be on its way out. I think by the time we get through to the end of the week, we probably won't have to worry much more about it. So Jose probably will be a thing of the past by the weekend. We've got Tropical Depression Lee. This made a hurricane over the weekend. It's now been downgraded to a tropical depression, and I don't think you have to worry too much about Lee. It's in the middle of the tropical Atlantic Ocean, and it's not going to do very much. You'll probably die a death in the next couple of days. The main event now is Hurricane Maria, which is just here heading in towards those eastern Caribbean islands once again. Maria is currently a Category 2 hurricane, but it's forecast to strengthen up to major Category hurricane status again as it moves into the Caribbean. And it's going in roughly the same direction as Irma, so a lot of places that were affected by Hurricane Irma probably going to be affected by Maria. Let's talk you through these storms one by one. So there's Jose. It's a Category 1 hurricane. It's got sustained winds of 85 miles an hour. Gusts could still be going up close to 100 miles an hour, and it's moving northwards. This is Lee, and Lee is just giving sustained winds of 35 miles an hour, so not doing too much. That one, and it is dying away very quickly. But Maria, I said, that's the main story now. So it's a Category 2 hurricane. It's giving sustained winds of 110 miles an hour, gusts probably going up to around 120 or 130, and it's moving west-northwest into the Caribbean. So this is how Jose is forecast to progress over the next few days. This is the current position of Hurricane Jose just here. And we'll likely see Jose pushing northwards through the rest of this week. So it will be threatening this eastern coast with some rain, possibly some quite strong winds as well. But most of it will be staying out at sea. I have to emphasise that. By the time you get through to the end of the week, that's the position of Hurricane Jose just then, which will, by this point, be downgraded to a tropical storm. And it will probably, very shortly after that, just die away and die a death. So I think by the weekend we probably won't have to worry anymore about Hurricane Jose. This is Tropical Depression Lee. The latest position of Lee is just here. That's just going to sort of be sitting in the tropical Atlantic over the next few days, and it isn't going to do anything very much at all. But this is the one that we're worried about. This is Maria. So the current position of Category 2 Hurricane Maria is just here. By tomorrow, we are seeing Maria strengthening into a major hurricane, so up to Category 4 as it pushes further in towards the Caribbean. And then Maria through the rest of the week is going to carry on pushing northwestwards, affecting places like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti. So very much the same sort of places that were impacted by Hurricane Irma being impacted by major Hurricane Maria. And what we're going to see is that this could get us around to Category 4 by the middle part of the week. So really quite a devastating storm once again as it pushes in towards the Caribbean. Probably going to miss Cuba, and at the moment it looks like it's going to miss Florida, but this is a long way out. This is going towards the weekend. This is where its position is forecast to be on Saturday, for example, threatening the Bahamas. Beyond that, it doesn't look like it's going to get to Cuba or Florida, but that's a very, very long way off, and the position and track of this storm is likely to change over the coming few days. So we can't rule out the chance of it going to Cuba and Florida. The moment it doesn't look like it will do so, but expect changes to the track and forecast of Hurricane Maria in the coming few days. Very nasty storm, that one, and we'll be hearing more about it as it moves through the Caribbean in the coming days. This is how the GFS is handling these storms. So just to bring you up to date in terms of what you're looking at here, we've got Jose just there. That's Depression Lee, and this, of course, is Maria. Just here heading in towards the Caribbean now. This is for GFS and website tropicaltidbits.com. You find a link to Tropical Tidbits on the links page. Let's run through and see how the latest GFS develops this. So we're going to push through, and you'll see that Jose does get very, very close by Wednesday to the eastern seaboard of the state. So that's bringing at least some quite strong winds to the east coast of states. Probably some fairly heavy rain as well. Notice Lee just isn't doing very much at all, and there's Maria heading further into the Caribbean by this point, probably as around a Category 4 hurricane. So we go through to the end of the week. This takes into Thursday and then up towards Friday. That's the latest position at that point of Jose up there. Still off the east coast of America. There's a bit of weakening feature. Lee has pretty much gone. And then we've got Maria here tearing its way through the Caribbean, heading up towards the Bahamas, I would have thought, by that point. Beyond this, Maria carries on pushing northwards and eastwards. It is getting quite close now to Florida. That's Maria just there. This is Florida here. It's not impacting Cuba, but it isn't far away from Florida. We certainly need to keep an eye on it. It's a close run thing about whether it gets towards Florida, but actually what happens is that it gets curved northwards. It gives the Bahamas a real pasting, but it pushes northwards away from Florida, and then it ends up by the time we get through to we're going to day 10 by this point, which is Thursday 28th of September, and Maria then is in very much the same sort of position that Jose is in right now off the east coast of the United States of America. Maria then pushes further northwards, gets caught up in the jet stream around Newfoundland, just here as a major area of low pressure, and then that's it being pushed away into the northern Atlantic. May finish up somewhere close to Iceland or Scotland, bringing some wet and windy weather, possibly by the start of October. So it's a nasty storm, but it just about manages to avoid America, but it does give the Caribbean, or some parts of the Caribbean anyway, a real pasting. This is the ECMWF, and we can see again the position of Jose just there. We've got Maria just here, and Lee is over there. We go through the week with this, so we go to Wednesday to Thursday. There is Jose, again threatening some wind and rain to the east coast of the United States. We've got Maria there, bringing devastating weather to Caribbean by Thursday, probably up to Category 4 hurricane. And then we move through. Lee has gone by that point, by the way, we don't have to worry about that. We go up to the weekend. This is Sunday 24th, where we see that Maria is giving the Bahamas a pasting at this point. Jose's still there, but kind of dying away then in the cooler waters of the northern Atlantic, and then Maria carries on pushing northwards. So we get to day 10, which is Thursday, 28th of September, and Maria is just off the coast of Newfoundland and caught up in the jet stream. Beyond that, we saw what GFS does. We can only go to day 10 with the ECM, but we know what GFS does with Maria. It takes it in that sort of direction with the jet stream and sort of moves it down just to an area of low pressure. So Maria never actually impacts the United States at the moment on these models, but do bear in mind that this could be subject to change, so we can't totally rule out the chance of this storm affecting places like Florida, Carolinas, those sort of areas. And notice, by the way, by day 10, we've got some activity going on in the Pacific as well, close to Mexico over here. Those could be more named storms potentially. So the hurricane season continues, really, and it's a very big season that we're having this year, of course. So it's going to be a case of all eyes on Hurricane Maria over the next few days. It is going to bring more devastating weather to the Caribbean, and many of the places that were affected by Hurricane Irma are going to be affected by Hurricane Maria. So we're talking about Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, British Virgin Islands, possibly up to the Bahamas eventually. So those sort of areas, if you know if it's going away to those areas in the next few days, they are going to need to keep in touch with the forecast and also, of course, with their tour operators, because there is going to be some very nasty weather going into the Caribbean once again in the next few days. And then whether this gets to America, at the moment it doesn't look like it's going to impact Florida, but it is subject to change. We can only go reliably to the end of the week, where it'd be somewhere close to the Bahamas, not all that far away at all from America. So obviously we'll need to keep a close eye on what this storm does. Right, very shortly we'll have the next week, 10 days weather for the UK, so come back for that in an hour or so. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.